Time now to ask the expert.
The United Nations has called for a summit of global leaders recently as the CDC because of the tremendous rise in resistant infections across the world.
So joining us live this afternoon is Dr. Jennifer McKinnon, and she is here to talk about what is an antimicrobial. No,
right.
I didn't do it.
Microbial resistance.
Microbial resistance.
Yes.
There we go.
Hopefully
I can't even say it, so what the heck is it?
Right.
So microbes are bacteria, viruses, fungi, and parasites, and they can become resistant to commonly prescribed antibiotics because antibiotics are meant for only bacterial infections, and many infections don't require antibiotics. They're from viruses, for example. And so there's been an overuse in prescribing, and now we're seeing a big rise in resistance.
So what is the magnitude of this resistance worldwide?
It's enough that the UN and many World Health Organizations have combined efforts to try to meet with leaders in healthcare as well as agriculture, where a lot of antibiotics are also prescribed, and at a national level here in the United States. But the rise is in multi-drug resistant tuberculosis, even HIV is becoming more and more resistant, and then a lot of bacterial infections.
So you're talking about a worldwide situation here, but what about here just in the U.S.?
In the U.S., we see resistance with pneumonia. Gonorrhea now has become quite resistant, and we have to even make sure the patient resolves from the infection because of the high resistance in that. That has gotten a warning this year, especially. But we also see, like for example, the CDC said 2 years ago we had over 2 million resistant infections and 23,000 deaths just in the United States from resistant infections.
So what can individuals do to kind of combat this problem?
Definitely having the knowledge to not always think you're going to need an antibiotic for an infection. Really getting that awareness out there to try to wait it out. A lot of viruses take a week, maybe 2 weeks to resolve, and most respiratory infections, sinus infections are viruses. Also, to take the antibiotic that your doctor does prescribe for the whole length of time. You don't want to shorten the course or think, oh, I'm better, I don't need any more, because there's a reason why we give it for those lengths of time.
Explain.
All right, so antibiotics, though, yeah, you're saying, I mean, let me turn the tables on you a little bit, because they're going to go by what if the doctor says use it, I'm going to use it. If the doctor says don't use it, then I shouldn't use it, right?
Right. So definitely don't expect an antibiotic when you go to the doctor's.
I see.
Okay.
Often you can wait it out and just really try to manage your viral illness with symptomatic management. And if you wait 7-10 days, like a lot of times you will get better, and if you don't, then maybe you do really need that antibiotic.
Because we become pretty good at treating some things, but sometimes it's okay just to let it work its way through your system?
Exactly, because if you over-treat, you start to have resistance, because the bacteria become smart, they become superbugs.
And does that become more prominent for younger children and then as they become adults, or does it even stage even later in life?
Even later in life.
Oh.
So definitely children getting antibiotics too much, too frequently can lead to it over their lifetime, but also adults, which is why, like, for example, the pneumonia shot is so important at age 65, because you really want to prevent getting pneumonia's complications, which can arise. So that's why vaccines are another way to help.
Doctor, that's why you are here as the expert. If you have a question for our experts, you can email them. The address there on your screen. You can also give them a call. That number, 967-5253.